I'm grabbing the squirrel plush. First of all, get rid of that loose thread. And I think I kind of want to add some arms to this. Remember those feet I took off of the panda? One panda's feet or another squirrel's arms. And also saving me a little bit of time. I'm just gonna clean out some of those old guts, and then I'm jumping right into sewing these on. This time I'm not fooling around. I'm not gonna do this again. And somehow it still ended up a little bit lower than what I wanted, but you know what, this is fine. Once I've secured that, yes, with my knot facing at the outside, she's got arms. They're so wide and flat, they kind of look like wings. I think she needs some accessories, so I'm making her a nice little acorn. I drew out the shape with a marker. I'm painting the details on the acorn. I'm gonna make a back for this and glue that on with hot glue. These are for display only. They really don't need to be durable, but still, I only opted for glue on the seams that would have zero tension on them ever. And here you go, my sweetie. Aw, she's so happy. So I did throw a couple stitches on there to hold that in place. No more flying around. I'm gonna give her wings. Yes, those are wings. Some little details. I'm using some chalk pastel to give her rosy cheeks, getting her lashes on, and a little sparkle in her eye. I think she needs one more accessory. Perfect. I'm gonna cut a little length off of that, tie that into a perfect little bow where the satin finish is facing out, and I'll fiddle around with the positioning a little, sewing that on. Just in that time, the edges of the ribbon have started fraying, so I'm trimming those up and using some clear nail polish to seal in those edges to stop any future fraying. And she's done! I mean, I think this one was already really cute, but oh, she's so cute! She just has a lot more personality now. She's got accessories. Two of my favorite things included here, bows and acorns. Ugh, I love it. I'm going to make this into a monster. This area here is the perfect shape of a rainbow. So I'm going to paint a rainbow, but in the complete incorrect order. So if you don't get it already, I have a little pet peeve of when the colors of a rainbow are in the wrong order. That doesn't mean that every time something is colorful, it has to be in rainbow order. It's fine to have just colorful stripes in no particular order, whatever. This time around, I definitely did a much better job of really smoothing out all the little fibers and getting them to lay down nicely. I'm going to move on to another area. His cutesy little frilly spines, these are way too friendly. They've got to go. So this is my first time actually removing something from a plushie. Then I'm laying down 3 sheets of felt. Colors don't really matter. I'm going to be painting over this anyways. I'm layering them to create a little more thickness. I'm using the old spine as a guide to create a new, more monstrous spine. Grabbing some fabric glue, and I'm going to glue each layer together, and then I'm setting that under a bunch of my old textbooks. Left that for a couple hours, came back to it, and guess what happened? Nothing. That's what. The layers did not stick whatsoever. I'm gonna skip to plan B. I'm cutting my piece out completely. It always comes to this when things go wrong. You know, gotta bring out the hot glue. Even my hot glue had some trouble keeping these pieces together, but it's fine. I don't really need a rock solid bond here. I just need something to hold long enough for me to paint over this whole thing. While I was at it, I threw together some horns. I'm gonna paint all of this using that same terrifying rainbow that I used on the plush. And this, again, is fabric paint, which is great because it doubles as a very strong glue. So once this paint dries, these pieces will be nice and securely sealed together. And 6 hours later, coming back for the other side, just finishing that up. And of course, I'm gonna add every single color on the horns, naturally. My spikes are finished, and quick little try on. Ooh! I am gonna be sewing this on. This was definitely a struggle. I kept getting my thread knotted, and then I don't really know how to deal with that. It's hard getting started, but then once you get the first part kind of secured, it goes a lot faster. Eventually, I got this thing fully secured. I think it did come up a little bit too far in the front, but that's fine. And now the horns are going on, just attaching those. And then I'm thinking he needs some angry eyebrows to really scare us, you know, ooh, ooh. I'm also just gonna add some stitches here to show that he's really tough, you know, he's got some enemies. So here he is. It's the anti-rainbow monster. I definitely prefer this new version because the original kind of looked like a less special pickle. I think what I've done here definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. He's not scary enough, you know, maybe you wanted blood and guts and all that kind of crap, but I think he's a little scary-ish.